Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Hey there, Internet! Welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. This is a drinking podcast where I typically have my friends on and we talk about life. However, this week's episode has been a long time coming, but we are finally back with another monthly movie recap and review with the movie group. That's me, Evan, Corey, and Jen. This is the episode where the two channels come together and talk about, and sometimes rant, about really bad movies. As you might know, we have a second channel called Intoxicated Reviews, hosted by Corey, and he does movie recaps and reviews of both current movies and 90s movies on his channel. So this is the monthly crossover episode with reviews. Not to bear the lead, but we are talking about Birdemic Shock and Terror. And yeah, it was terrible. But always a very fun time recording with the movie group. So make sure if you're into movies and also TV that you do check out Intoxicated Reviews. It is a separate feed for all you movie and TV lovers out there, hosted by Corey. He's doing a fantastic job over there. He's getting a lot of comedians on his channel. It's really funny stuff. So make sure you go check it out and subscribe to that other channel, Intoxicated Reviews, on iTunes, Google Play, wherever you find podcasts. Right now there is a new episode all about the new Thor movie up, so make sure you check it out. Quick disclaimer, this was a very drunken episode and we were dealing with a lot of technical difficulties. We had both of our computers crash multiple times. So if you do notice any quick cuts, that is why. I do apologize. But listen, guys, this is drunk podcasting. This is what it is. You can find us on social media. That's Facebook and Instagram at Intoxicated Podcast. Twitter is _toxicated. We have an email address. That's intoxicatedpodcast@gmail.com and a website, www.intoxicatedpodcast.com. You can find all the episodes from both channels on that website. So it's kind of one spot that you can go to check everything out. But that's about it, guys. Gonna keep it short today. I hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. We are back with the movie group. We don't have a cooler name. It's just not.
I like the movie group at this point.
Like, nothing else will.
It is what it
is. It is what it is. Exactly. It's been a while, guys.
Yeah.
So let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name is Evan.
Hi, my name is Corey.
My name is Jennifer.
And you know this bitch, Sarah. Or you should. And if you don't, I'm Sarah.
Maybe they're just big Birdemic fans.
This could be their first episode, in which case, you picked an interesting one to listen to. So we are here drinking some Screwdrivers with Grey Goose vodka.
Oh, yes.
Which is a bird. And we watched Birdemic Shock and Terror.
Yeah. I just want to throw out there, we started by drinking Screwdrivers, but we now are drinking Harvey Wallbangers. So
that's right. Yeah.
By the way, mine's empty.
Ooh, hers is empty. I didn't even realize.
Jen, the one that's going to be like, I'll have one, and I like.
We haven't even started talking about the movie yet.
I had to watch this movie.
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want after this.
Yes, I can. He owes me.
Yeah. Well, originally, with the screwdriver concept, it was because Corey screwed us all by making us watch this.
Just made
dumpster fire.
Look fantastic.
I don't know. I think this movie was easier for me to get through than Double Down.
Oh, no.
You think?
Yeah, because Double Down was so boring.
What do you think this was? Interesting?
There's enough ridiculousness, hilariousness.
It was just bad. Like, it was so...
I don't think there was one hilarious thing. I don't remember bursting out laughing once.
I did.
I burst out laughing a bunch of times.
Yeah, not the nice laughter though. Like the how can you make this as a movie? You know, like. Yep. How did you think that this was any good?
Yeah. And I gotta say, this was Corey's pick. So
that was,
you chose this, Corey. Why?
Where did you uncover this gem?
All of us.
Well, it literally. I just think of movies that I've watched that are hilariously bad, and The Room being one of them. And these are like Am I already drunk or having a stroke? This is number 1 and 2. I think off the top of my head of the best, worst movies I've ever seen. So that's why I picked this one. I was like, just the ridiculousness and to take it to another level of badness. Like, we've watched bad movies, but The Room is edited and looks okay. And like, it's
the sound is consistent,
and you get to see boobs and bums. Like, this sex scenes in these shows are not pleasurable for anyone.
It's just so bad across the board. I thought it'd be a perfect kind of movie to watch.
Do you wear a bikini when you're gonna have sex? I know I do. I do.
I cannot wait to talk about that scene.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to talk about that scene.
Oh, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. Do we have any I have a question. You must know this, Corey, because you do your fact checking. When was this made?
Wow, I didn't actually fact check that one. We
can easily look it up. I chose not to look it up last night when the wound was still fresh.
It was recent.
Yeah, it's more recent than you would ever think.
Didn't this kind of come out with like the same, like the Sharknado and all that? Like,
no, it was before that.
These guys can do it, so we can do it.
2010.
Oh my God.
2010.
That was only 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Makes me sad.
Yeah. Needless to say, like, it looked like it was filmed in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Or like early, like 1993.
Like, the film quality was definitely, like, not digital.
Somebody did it on their Nokia phone.
Like, not even. Like, that was like on an actual, like, handy cam with a video cassette in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have comments about the style. Like, it reminded me of something, but let's just get into it then.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get into this piece of shit.
I just want to say, Corey was messing around, like, trying to find a good copy for us to watch, and he was doing it on, like, the AirPlay. So on the TV screen, I was just sitting here, like, drinking and watching it, and all it pops up is, clean up your Mac after visiting risky sites. That was the first warning.
Yeah, what
other sites were you visiting?
It's a pop-up ad. It's probably trying to, like, it's like, hey, you're thinking about downloading Birdemic? Maybe you should just wash that away now.
Maybe you should think about your choices.
Yeah.
Maybe you should find these Russian hookers.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of pictures, and one of them had like 9 sets of abs on her stomach.
Oh, great.
And weird. I was like, what? Where are we going?
What is happening?
I will say, not only is this movie's not called Birdemic, it's called Birdemic Shock and Terror.
Shock and Terror.
Yeah,
I feel like you have to say it like that. Shock and Terror.
Yeah, like, Birdemic doesn't pop enough. We need more verbs in here.
Is there more than one Birdemic movie?
There is
a sequel.
There's a sequel. There's a second part, and I think they're doing a third.
I thought, because when I was typing it in Google, it came up Birdemic Shock and Terror, Birdemic 2, and Birdemic 3. So, what the fuck? Anyway.
So the guy who made the movie, James Nguyen,
is that how you say it?
It is.
I was trying to, like, it's...
Nguyen.
How do you say it?
Nguyen.
Nguyen. Okay.
It's much easier than how I was trying to pronounce it.
And the reason I know that is from the TV show BoJack Horseman. You should all watch BoJack Horseman.
Oh,
okay.
Because there's a character with that Vietnamese last name.
So is this the director?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
also does BoJack?
Nope.
No, they just mentioned.
There's a character with the same last name
in
that TV show. However, James Nguyen is from Vietnam originally and became a a salesman of software in Silicon Valley, California, which is where he presumably managed to, like, to finance these, like, awful movies.
This movie was made for under $10,000, by the way, too.
Really? They spent $10.
Yeah,
they spent $10 on this movie.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure, like, they cut corners wherever they could in terms of casting.
I'm pretty sure the 4 of us could film that movie for free and a weekend.
We could at least be in the same room as each other while filming the scenes.
I mean, I got some bathing suits for the sex scenes.
I'm really good at sitting on guys and not doing it. Oh, man.
I just want to quickly say, so the sequel to Birdemic was called Birdemic 2, The Resurrection.
Oh.
And the third one
birds.
that James Nguyen says that he hopes to be his last movie that he will film, and it is Birdemic 3 Sea Eagle.
Sea Eagle.
Yeah.
Seagull. Does he not hear it?
Seagull.
He probably thinks it's a funny play on words.
Eagle.
Yeah, Sea Eagle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, apparently he was inspired by films such as like Alfred Hitchcock movies, like The Birds. So it's like,
did he watch those movies?
how close? He didn't pay very close attention.
No,
hell no. So let's get into this. So
all right, so we open up with the music in this is so ridiculous. It's kind of like, not to get back because me and Evan love talking about music composers from movies, but it sounds like the poorest man's Danny Elfman, like the kind of score in this, and it reminds me of old 90s trailers.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, where it's like, it's just doing the super like bum 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 bum. It's like, this is Steve. Steve has a child and he just lost his job, but he may have met somebody extraordinary. Like, that's the kind of music that from these trailers.
It just doesn't make. Oftentimes, I just find it like it doesn't add up with like what's actually happening in the movie. I'm like, this does not suit like what you're trying to convey.
Yeah,
and that opening scene, like the first scene we see, the music,
the hour opening scene.
Yeah, it sounds like 20 seconds of music just on a loop. It's the same.
Oh, it is, because
it's the same thing,
stops
just on a loop,
and it's not even connected well. Like, it stops, and you're like, okay, go to the next scene. Nope, starts up again.
Yeah.
I did clock. So we should say the first scene after the music, it's just him, like our main character Rod.
I thought his name was Rob at first.
Yeah, but
Rod.
it's Rod. Yeah,
he's such a Rod.
That's even worse. I hate that name.
Driving his hybrid Mustang, which I'm pretty sure they don't make because he says that later on. But driving his Mustang and just driving into town
at like 10 kilometers an hour.
It's super slow, and I feel like it's real time because I clocked this. The whole, and we should say they're doing credits over top of him driving. This goes on for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Like, it's insane.
What really infuriated me about that entire opening scene, besides the like obvious like problems with film and sound quality, is the angle that the camera is held at is diagonal. Yeah. So
it looks like he's driving around like one of those cartoonishly like a mountain that goes like a road.
You know, and it was so. I was like, is it deliberate? Like, do they realize they're holding it crooked? Like, is this supposed to be art? Is this
because it's like a Dutch angle, but it's not an inspired Dutch angle. Yeah,
like it's just like,
it's like the camera went crooked in the car, and he was like, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
And usually like a Dutch angle is to indicate like a moment of like like something tense or spooky is happening. But the music again is like
I really thought a bird was going to fly into but no.
But we need to talk about the actual credits too, because whatever font they're using, it's very basic, but it's playing this very
papyrus.
Yeah,
it's very.
It's not papyrus.
It's very movie maker.
It's no Avatar, but
old print book.
But it also it says it's playing this very happy music, and it shows the title Birdemic Shock and Awe while it's going bam 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 bam. Like, it's just so
it's so weird.
And then I've never seen a credit roll at the beginning of a movie that does a bunch of names, and then it says supporting cast.
Yeah.
And I go through the supporting no credits say supporting cast. Like,
I know.
It was so weird.
That whole style of how that was filmed reminded me a lot of something that I was obsessed with a couple of years ago.
Garbage?
Called Marble Hornets.
What?
Which is a YouTube series.
Oh.
Filmed like handheld style.
When you say Marvel,
about Slender Man, motherfuckers.
Oh.
And me and my roommates were obsessed, and we would watch. Look, there's like 87 episodes. They stopped making them 3 years ago.
Marble Hornets.
Marble Hornets.
See, I thought this had something to do with the Marvel Universe.
Who are the Hornets in the Marvel Universe?
The Marble Hornets.
Are they like these teen superheroes, with like spunky powers?
They filmed stuff like in that style.
Yeah.
And
like shitty?
That's what it
shot in
reminded
the
me of.
style of shitty?
Because it was all probably on their like
shit.
Sony cameras, like digital cameras or whatever.
I will say, if anybody is interested in Slender Man, look up the Red Letter Media article about how they probably invented Slender Man. It's they say they said they don't think they did, but all the clues are there that this website invented Slender Man, and somebody kind of took their idea and ran with it.
Well, you know what? They should feel guilty about that one girl, or those two girls stabbing that one girl in the States for Slender Man.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I will say, knowing Red Letter Media, they probably don't. It's the greatest website. Go check it out.
Ah, interesting.
Super offensive, but super funny too.
Well, this took a turn.
Yeah.
But that's just to say that that's what it reminded me of, and I was obsessed with Marvel Hornets, and it would be like really crappy build up for like one really spooky scene, but I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah, anyway.
So this all leads to our character of Rod going into town.
Man.
Strip Mall Central?
Oh my god.
So many strip malls.
It's
Were they in Burnside?
oh, that's a local joke.
They were Acrely Boulevard.
It just looked very like, I don't even know, like...
Nice.
That was a weird ding.
Yeah, I know. It's the bell is like wrapped in cords. Like you should see it. Like I know you can't see it from your angle, but yeah.
It's being held hostage.
Yeah. So
He goes to a restaurant.
yeah, okay. I feel like we have a lot to say about probably
That entire scene at the restaurant, like the whole, like
the worst actress in the world. Possibly.
Yeah.
What's your menu?
like heavy Eastern European accent, you know.
Yeah,
like,
weirdly enough, like you couldn't find like this is supposed to be in like California, I take it.
Oh, and it was like it was all definitely filmed locally. You know, like in like Half Moon Bay or where the fuck
that's where it was. It was Half Moon Bay. It was 100%. It was in Half Moon Bay.
I remember seeing this
like
somebody's cousin. They were like.
I saw like I was watching this movie. I'm like, I recognize this place. Like, this looks like exactly like where like I spent time.
But the first second of dialogue, you just hear the sound white noise go right up.
Yeah.
I know. It was like just edited so badly.
Yeah.
So terribly.
Like every scene you hear the background changes. Like and it's aggressive.
Up and down and up and down.
But there's ways to fix that in
Do
post.
you think maybe these people have never seen a movie before?
Or definitely never edited a movie before.
Yeah.
This is definitely the kind of person who hires his cousin to do like the sound editing.
I feel
who's never done sound editing.
I think I've never edited, and what you do on your computer here, this is like nuts to me.
Thank you.
Feel like
that's
I
a
might.
backhand compliment.
Sarah's taught herself so much.
It could still be better, but
But it sounds good when I listen to it. But like I know nothing. I cannot back up my iPad on our computer. I've been trying for weeks, and I'm pretty sure I could figure out how to make the sound better.
Like just
By
don't
making
even
it like sign language and
when you have B-roll footage, just don't even have sound on it.
Yeah.
Just take the sound out, maybe.
Oh,
so it's not white noise.
I just want to bring this up first. We kind of jump right into the diner. He gets out of his car and he walks, and they, like the sound guy or whoever, probably the director still doing the sound, he's walking and all you hear is like clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. Like they make an aggressive, like he's not making this sound, but they put it in the movie. It's so, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you thought it was.
And you could tell the director's like, everything I think he wanted slower, because the Rod drives his car super slow. When he walks super slow.
Took forever to get across the street.
I would not be able to exist with him.
I just and then like he's in the diner and he doesn't even he like looks at the menu for like two seconds, and then is like,
there's a hot girl that I know from my English class.
Yeah,
when I went
I'm going to like stalk her down the street, and then like hey, and her reaction isn't going to be immediately, what the fuck, get away from me. Like, I'm sorry, but this was so fucking sketchy.
And also the exchange just right before he sees her with the waitress was very awkward. She said, "I'll be right back with you."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back with you.
You could tell English wasn't her first language, and being that the director's language wasn't English, wasn't his first language. I feel like he's like, that's fine. That's what Americans say, right?
I honestly feel like they showed up at a restaurant and was just like, hey, can you just say a couple lines on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we
like, that's what it felt like.
And she had the blackest teeth, too. I was like, what is, like, did they just give a homeless person like $5 to do this?
On the IMDb.
So people just like Chaw.
IMDb? I can never know if I'm saying that right.
Internet Movie Database.
Yeah, okay. Sweet. She's one of the only people that still have a professional headshot on their profile. So maybe she's done stuff since now. I don't know.
Like
apparently crack.
The waitress?
The waitress,
yeah. The one, here's your...
yes. It's so bad.
She's a professional?
Well, it looks it. She's a professional headshot.
Oh my god.
I know.
Maybe that was the movie that was, sparked her. Yeah, it was like, you know what? I'm going to become an actress.
I'm not judging anything. But you can put porno movies on your IMDb. That's just a fun fact. So, I mean, maybe she's done other movies.
How do you know about porno movies?
I heard about them on
from
Oprah?
my friend.
I don't know.
My friend Joey.
But he sees the girl across the restaurant eating by herself. But she's eating so sexually.
Yeah,
I didn't see
I was like, Jesus Christ, like... I eat alone most of the time.
Yeah.
And I fucking hide away from as many people as possible.
Yeah.
I eat as fast as I can because I don't want to be... I hate eating alone.
I feel like she was doing like that, like pouty, like mouth never quite closed thing, like the entire time. A fashion model.
Not just any model. A fashion model.
And like she goes out and he like runs after her.
Yeah. After like
hey. Yeah.
Like a big old rubberneck, and then it runs out after her. Yeah. And then the weirdest thing is like, we were in the same English class, in San Mateo High School. Like, but look, where are you from? We're like, oh, I'm from San Francisco. Where are you from? I'm from San Jose. Why the fuck did you both go to San Mateo High School?
I know. Yeah. After they find out they went to school together, he says, are you from around here?
Yeah.
But then she never says that she's always like, it's nice to meet you. And he's like, it's nice to see you again. She's like, yeah, it's nice to meet you. She's like, I don't know who this guy is.
And okay, we need to bring up the fact that the guy playing Rod in this movie is a terrible actor.
Though,
the worst. Like, he comes off like a sociopath.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. He has that sociopathic stare.
Yeah.
What I like to call it.
Insane. And she... by default, seems like a really good actress.
The main character guy, Rod, reminded me of someone, but I couldn't think of who it was.
Do you know any autistic people? It's a fair question.
Is it?
Because he comes off either autistic or a sociopath in this movie. Maybe a little bit of both.
I think we know a sociopath.
I think I know someone I know plenty of people on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I want to start a cover band that just does Taylor Swift songs that's called
Sailor Tiff.
Sailor Tiffs.
Like SAILOR.
Wait, you wear sailor outfits?
Yeah, of course.
You're all tiffing.
Oh my god, it's so good. I don't want to take it out.
I know. There's a reason this joke's amazing, but I can't let you hear it.
But back to it. They're on the street talking.
Yeah, so they go through their whole first they talk about what they were doing. We brought this up a little earlier, but she specifically says she's a fashion model. Like, I don't know why that's so funny to me, because if somebody tells me they're a model, I assume it's a fashion model. Like, I just assume that. But like,
maybe they're a hand model.
Yeah, if I'm a hand model, I would say, hey, I'm a hand model. Yeah. But if I'm just a model, like that, like a clothes model, like, yeah, I'm a model. You don't have to say fashion model. It's so weird.
Well, she also mentioned that she had an interview with Victoria's.
No, did she mention that?
No. Something, but
she gets it eventually.
She mentioned she had a gig to go to, and which was in the sketchiest strip mall ever.
Girl, if you're getting your photo shoot done, 1 hour photo place.
It's so funny.
My thought was like, he's like, okay, so I don't forget the whole, it doesn't matter because it was terrible. But then he's like, you'd look really good in that.
Yeah.
This is in the still, before they exchanged cards. And she just exchanged cards with him.
Yeah.
I had a weird little incident the other night when I went for a run and some guy stepped in front of me and said I was cute. And I shoulder blasted him and coughed in his face. Yeah. I don't get hit on very often, so I was like...
Still think I'm cute?
He ran after her twice, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Twice. Like, they exchanged words. They parted ways. Bye, see you later. Yeah. And then he ran after her again. So to quote My Favorite Murder, let's count the red fucking flags. Like,
yeah.
So the
fact, whatever. I can think back to school and tell you girls I had classes with that I had a crush on. I can't tell you that I sat 2 seats behind them.
Yeah.
Way later in life. Like, she's like, well, that's, and she, and even her character is like, well, that's pretty specific that you remember that you sat like 2 seats behind me or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's so weird.
But to quoted another famous person that I know, when you're wearing rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Oh,
snap.
And I think that's her. That's her. She doesn't know what the fuck. Like, she can't figure it out that he's a fucking... But that's the thing, but we'll get to it.
If this Birdemic didn't happen, like, she probably would, like, end up, like, in a meat locker.
Oh, yeah. A bit of Rob dead.
At this point, I wrote it all in caps, what is with the sound? Because at that point, I was like... Really, though? Really? Really?
All right, so that's pretty much that scene. They part ways. They exchange business cards, and they
have business cards. They're readily available. Like, do they just have, like,
fashion model? Here's my business card.
I'm guessing like they both just have like sheaths up their arms.
I know.
Like
they were instant.
Don't you guys have business cards?
No. This was like the old 7 years ago equivalent of entering each other's numbers in your smartphone.
So next scene is they cut to his house and he's having breakfast. Did you guys see what his breakfast was?
Yes, I did. A Boston cream donut.
It was a coffee and a Boston cream donut. Like the director said, like, oh yeah, breakfast is donuts and coffee. Like,
yeah.
What? You have we're in our almost 40s, and you have Lucky Charms in our cereal box.
But it's in a very grown-up cereal dispenser. It's not even out of the box.
Do you know who also had that same cereal dispenser?
Tony Stark in the Avengers.
The Big Bang Theory. Sheldon.
Boo. Boo. Tony Stark had it, though, so it makes it way cooler. In not the Avengers, but Winter Soldier, Captain America. Anyway, I digress.
But you have...
Or Civil Wars and Civil
Lucky
War.
Charms is on the same level as Boston.
I remember seeing that and going, that's odd. And I didn't write a note about it. I just remember seeing it and going, that's an interesting choice.
I didn't notice what he was eating because I was not watching this movie. I was doodling. But then I just realized, like, oh, they're trying to make this guy look like an intellectual because he's watching the news and he
eats a donut.
And he's like...
stares blankly at the screen. Like no reactions.
And also the newscast lady, like, she was probably the best actor on that entire
No, she was pretty
I have a nominee
too.
for best actor on the movie.
I have a few, and none of them are the main stars of this movie.
Same.
But can we talk about this newscast?
Yes.
The framing of it?
Yes.
Because it's a woman off to the right that is like the camera, her only kind of her head and maybe the top of her shoulders in shot. She has a bunch of dead space above her head and the hugest TV to like the left of her or the right of her, sorry. Yeah. But it's insane. There's so much dead space above her head. Like it's so, and I just wrote down a few things she said. One thing is, the context is a little off, but she had something about all the sea ice is melting because of global warming. All the sea ice.
Just to confirm.
All the
sea
polar
ice
bears.
only.
Yeah.
No other kinds of ice are melting.
Crows and seagulls are dead on Highway 101.
Oh, and she mentioned, like, the polar bears, having to, like, move, like, further north. I'm like, how is this information going to pay off later? I'm like, oh, this is a film about environmentalism.
Global warming, yeah.
Okay.
And also she says something to the effect of, and polar bears can't find food such as fish and seals.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lack of seals. And I was like, well, you know what? Thank the Newfies for that. They've been killing them for years.
Isn't that like... Wait, they can't find food except for fish or seals?
No.
Such as.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that was like a dig for all those Newfies that are sealing out there to stay alive.
I don't know. This is California. I don't think this director even knows where Newfoundland is.
No, but they're
they're
hard on sealing, but they're like they don't have a clue.
Yeah, they're hard on sealing, but where's the floor? Am I right? Terrible joke.
God.
No,
that was the softest.
That's why I did it because I was like, it doesn't even deserve a ding. Bad joke.
And then wasn't it like a very hard cut after that scene to just
driving?
Very cheap. It was inspirational music Yeah. And I wrote, now we have inspirational music, but he's just driving.
He did stop and get gas, and it was approximately 3 minutes. I timed it.
But it was that song, and in my mind, I'm like, I know this song. Where have I heard this song before? And isn't it that, like, very... What's that? Happy Gilmore? Did Happy Gilmore do that?
I don't remember that.
I'm going to have to confirm that if that's in Happy Gilmore. But isn't that song like a famous song?
It sounds like a slowed down version of Matlock to me.
I miss Matlock.
Like the whole thing just reminded me of like the soundtrack for Full House. Like just that sort of.
You're right. Fuck Full House.
Yeah, I hate that show and that song and the years I spent watching that terrible thing.
I did see through the end credits, all the music is credited to like Sound something, and I'm like, oh, he just found like an online thing and just took like public domain music.
That must have been it then. That must have been why I recognized it, because it's like that song. It's like do 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 do.
It's like
come on, knock on our door. That's what it sounds like. You're doing the Three's Company song there.
I literally just wrote awesome commute to work, man, because it was like a 10-minute scene.
Well, this movie's just an hour and a half, and you could probably cut a half an hour of just dead air in this movie.
It was just him in traffic.
It might actually not been bad if you just cut out all the bad stuff.
I'm like, I'm in traffic all the fucking time. I don't want to watch this in my movies, motherfucker.
I sit.
It's like the Rick and Morty episode with like, who is it? The guy who's selling carpets, and then the commercial
fake doors.
Fake doors. That's
Fake Door Emporium.
Yeah, and it just shows him drive home in real time, and then the commercial starts up again.
And it's like, oh my god, this has been the commercial the whole time. Yeah, I know. Like
that being said, go check out me, Evan, Joel talk about Rick and Morty season 3 on Intoxicated Reviews podcast. Just a subtle plug there.
Just go hit that subscribe button. It'll take 2 seconds.
Yeah, just go to Fake Door Emporium. Just go check it out.
I hated that show, and I just started watching it, and now I secretly love it so much.
Yeah, Sarah still hates it. Anyway,
Rick and Morty? No.
You just...
No.
It was the drooling I couldn't tolerate.
And Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Every time you take a drink, you'd start to drool.
I don't like the burping. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I just don't.
Jen loves the burps.
It is really off-putting.
I find body functions hilarious.
I mean, Rick is really off-putting. Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
No, I like Rick. It's Morty who can fuck off.
Oh, he doesn't burp. He just stammers like a motherfucker.
Anyways, we digress.
Yeah, we digress.
We find out that Rod works in a call center. Well,
no.
That could still be call center.
He's in sales.
He's in sales.
Like billion.
You wouldn't say Jim Halpert works at a call center. He works at a paper company. Does Jim have
a headset?
No. The headset doesn't make call center.
I think it kind of does.
I don't think call centers get stock options and like big payouts.
What is it, like a million dollar sales? What he made or whatever? Yay! I made $1 million sale.
Yes. We need to talk about how bad of a salesman he is. Yes. So I wrote this down. I wrote down what he said. So he's talking to the guys like, "What does it take to get your business?" And then we don't hear what he says, but he's like, okay, great. I'll give you that and a 50% discount.
So he already got the sale, and then he had to he just undercut himself
50%. So he basically took $1 million off his deal because we find out that conveniently it's for one exact $1 million.
Aren't all deals that you make for $1 million?
In units of millions.
Yeah, that's it. So he's like, oh my god, it's so stupid. Like, oh, that's what it takes for your business? Cool, I'll just cut that in half.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I just made the sale of my career.
Yeah, he could have doubled the sale of his career. Yes! He just cut it in two. God, he's an idiot. Oh, I hate this guy so much. Anyway, that's a very quick... And I think he kind of celebrates with his friend, who I didn't care enough to remember his name.
I loved the friend, by the way.
He was just like, oh, baby, you gotta get him.
You gotta get that.
It's a wasted date if there's no sex.
It's a wasted day. D-A-Y. It's a wasted day if there's no sex. And I thought, Jesus Christ, I've had a lot of wasted days.
I just love that guy.
I thought it meant
you are.
No.
No, wasted day.
Oh, I was like, date. I was like, well, don't you want? I mean, I know not all dates are to get to know each other.
Fucking sleazebag.
I know, and in the way he's like gyrating while he says
we'll get to that scene.
Oh yeah, we're getting to. Is this where we flash back to her and what she does?
I don't think it's a flashback. I think it's just
the 1 hour photo.
1 hour photo.
1 hour photo. Asian themed.
Yes.
Photo shoot.
Yeah.
Asian themed. Okay, when we first started dating,
Miss
so it's
Saigon,
like 15 years ago, Asian themed stuff was in because I bought a specific dress for a date that never happened. But it was like, so it was like,
what'd you do?
So it was like 2002, 2003. And I remember having this specific dress. And I was like watching this, and I was like, "Oh, she had the chunky shoes that matched the dress." And
Fuck yeah!
Steve,
and I
what's
had
his
that
face thing?
flippy blonde hair.
The flip.
I don't think I had that at the time, but I had it a few times over the years. But
what was that guy who made those chunky shoes?
Steve Madden.
Steve Madden.
I just gotta say,
he's back again.
I know. I have never left him.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
I've never left him.
Stay faithful.
I had some Steve.
Those are names of the penis.
Steve Madden.
The Rick and Morty joke.
Another one.
Penis. Did you see what I was just gonna do?
You were going to drink from the snowball?
Yep.
Jen is cut off because she tried to take a drink from her microphone.
I love this so much.
So let's cut off because I think we're out of orange juice.
I'll just drink vodka.
We have wine as well.
Maybe I should have got more than 2 liters. I don't know.
I'm still sipping mine. But this is where, we see where she's having a photo shoot, and it's a 1 hour photo. And again, in a strip mall.
Bars. Yes. I love the bars on the windows.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing says, like, security and, like, safety.
Also, yeah.
I said that I thought it could be a drug front. I don't know. I just got that vibe.
Yeah. Nothing says classy photo agency like getting your classy photos in an hour.
Well, there's no retouching whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Maybe it's super high tech because like maybe they're so good they can retouch all the pictures in an actual hour.
First sexy photos that I ever took of myself, I actually got printed out.
Really?
And it was just me in underwear and stockings, and I had a skateboard in front of my tits that said S+S, which was my boyfriend at the time. Fuck.
I think I sent you a sexy picture.
He was just a skater boy.
That's always great when you get that type of reaction. You're like,
remember that time I picked you up from the airport with all your friends with my lingerie, and then we went to a basketball game?
No, I do not remember any of that. That's a weird story.
Comfortable. Go team.
This is fantastic.
Well, you knew it was almost wrong because I sat through the whole basketball game with my winter coat on. And we got home and I was so pissed.
Oh, man. 1 hour photo.
Yeah. I think this movie's so terrible that we just, any excuse to go on a tangent in this podcast, we're just like...
100%.
We gotta, because, we gotta get to the birds, but the movie doesn't get to the birds till like halfway through.
5 minutes.
Wait, guys. Rod called Natalie. They have names. So Rod is the guy and Natalie's the girl. And Rod calls her, and I just made a note that the ringtone sounded like a toy.
Bell.
Yeah, it sounded like a toy phone.
Yeah.
I wrote.
I thought it sounded like the bell, like the bell on a bicycle.
Yeah, like it was.
It sounded
there goes my phone.
It was very much like random sound.
Yeah.
Like no one has that as their ringtone.
Before we get to that, though, before we get to the call, Natalie, when she's done her photo shoot, gets a call from Dream Model, her agency.
Dream Models.
And she is told that by Christine, because I wrote down Christine may be the best actress in this movie.
No, disagree.
Okay, I said maybe. This is anyway.
Top 2.
Not only did Natalie get accepted to Victoria's Secrets, she is the cover girl for Victoria's Secrets. A very unknown model gets her pictures done at 1 hour photo. Is the cover model for Victoria's Secret.
How does that happen?
This
is setting unrealistic expectations for models.
But her mother was very excited for her.
Even though she said that her mother doesn't support her modeling career and wants her to be a real estate agent.
Well,
there's success in real estate, man.
I mean, it's a great time in the California market to enter the real estate game.
Then we find out that Rod's like killer on the basketball courts.
We should talk about the conversation. He calls her and they have a brief convo where he's like, oh, I had my biggest sale in my career. And she's like, yeah, I'm the Victoria's Secret cover model. And then he says, bet you look good in those lingerie. In those lingerie. Yeah. It's exact words, which is the creepiest thing to say. Mm-hmm. But then he wants to go celebrate with her at a Vietnamese restaurant.
Yes, yeah.
Did he butcher the pronunciation?
Yes, yeah.
I guarantee you that is James Nguyen's like parents' restaurant.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yes, you texted me that.
I was like, I fucking bet. Like how specific? A Vietnamese restaurant. Great. Yeah. No way to cut costs there, buddy.
So then we cut to the basketball scene, the two guys, and apparently it's a heat wave.
Still wearing 2 shirts.
Yeah, the guys is wearing 2 shirts, a long sleeve and a t-shirt over top for some reason.
Yeah,
it's the hottest day ever.
Yeah,
and isn't this where he's like, I have a date with this girl?
I wrote down a date without sex is a day wasted, but it's a day, not a date.
I just want to point out
I've wasted a lot of days.
Like a heat wave in California isn't exactly
so
like
just a nice day.
That's not
a little bit warmer.
Like that's not exactly like a shocking thing. I'm pretty sure the state has gone through like 13 years of like continuous drought.
Yeah, like especially last year was like, didn't they have a humongous drought?
Yeah, it was very bro-ish. Like the whole conversation was very bro-ish. Like, hey man, you gonna score? Like, do people use the word score?
No
anymore.
Never.
You can't use the word score.
You can, but no, it's not like the R word.
People will look at you like you're an idiot.
I know. Like, what time machine did you get out of?
Do you mean score as in rape?
Whoa, no.
But you said the R word, and I was
as in like I was kind of putting score. I like, can you say it anymore? I thought the R word meant return.
Wow. Oh man.
And I was like,
any future sponsors listening to this, I swear it's all good.
I love it. That's like, don't worry, it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
We don't rape. It's cool. I'm just gonna.
This is all gonna have to be cut out.
We don't rape,
especially with the latest episode on.
Here's how I see it: if someone's offended and they let you know, they're listening.
Thanks for listening.
Timidly, you did that. Does everybody want wine? By the way,
yeah.
I'm still milking this.
I wasn't going to drink anything except tea tonight.
Listen, guys. I think this is intoxicated. Like,
we're going for it tonight.
We've been pretty tame, I think, generally speaking, on our the Oscar episode was like, when I look back, I'm like, I was pretty fucking drunken.
I don't think
all that was pretty drunk.
I don't think I was drunk for any of them. I think this may be my first.
Okay, Jen getting right. Ding, 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 ding. All right.
Cheers.
All right, yeah.
Shit, guys, we gotta get through this.
What are we at, by the way?
Let's not talk about it.
Okay.
Right. Where are we at in the movie?
Corey, that's not your concern. That's only my concern.
Rod, they were on the basketball court.
Yeah, okay. That was the shortest basketball scene. like I texted Sarah, like, it was like, oh, there's like a basketball scene. Oh,
it's over.
It's over already.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another news flash.
Somebody clips of him in his apartment watching the news. Who does
his
that?
house. He has a house.
That's a fucking apartment.
Nice.
Okay?
No. That's a house.
Did we see the outside of the house?
Yes, we did. Because
I was not paying attention.
Okay. And also, was that around the same time that he mentions how inspired he was by Inconvenient Truth?
No, we're coming up to that. That's on the double date. But yeah, we got that.
Jesus.
We're back at Rod's house, and he's watching the news again, and I love this story.
Yes.
She's like, the Green Grand Prix is racing in, I think she says California this weekend, and they decide to drive all green cars, as in like energy efficient cars. And all the Grand Prix cars are going to be drove by Hollywood celebrities. Okay, so now the Grand Prix that we're doing around the world have green cars, and we got rid of professional race car drivers.
I am Morgan Freeman. I will be driving this car. Here I go, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then there's the wildfires that have 0% extinguished rate.
Oh yeah, like 0%.
So to say they're not putting them out.
Like the firefighters are on strike right now. You know.
Oh my
but
god.
Rod's a good guy. He's getting solar panels.
Fucking Rod.
You know what? Andy's getting a deal on the solar panels.
$1,000.
$20,000 to $19,000. I wrote, what a deal.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy is the worst businessman across the board. He's cutting his deals in half, and he's like, my business savvy cut down $1,000.
If someone tried to charge me from $20,000 to $19,000, I would slap him in the mouth and be like, say that again.
I don't even know what
He's just researching for his own business.
You're right. He's testing the market out for...
I don't usually bring my work into this, but this is customer discovery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wowzers.
Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
So after
Rod's
this business deal...
So he wasn't going to get a solar panel?
He
got them. But
for $19,000.
Is that how much solar panels cost?
I don't take anything this movie does. Because
how could anyone be green?
Yeah, but it's like you need so many to generate so much. Anyway, I digress. We're getting on solar power.
Can we drink every time we say we digress?
That sounds like a good thing, yes.
After this, I wrote... is this town just strip malls? And then did anyone else notice the sparkle scene transition music?
Yes.
It would go...
Like, I expected a star wipe.
Yeah.
Like, it went to the next scene, and it made the noise of a star wipe.
I've never heard that expression before, and I quite enjoy it.
Star wipe?
Star wipe?
I'm going to just star wipe my ass.
Hey-oh, that's disgusting. We're outside of...
It's sparkling clean.
If it made that sound, like every time you wipe your ass.
I like that this is a different Jen that's ever been on the podcast.
So much.
She's always been so just quiet and whatever. Now it's just like, it's all over. Anyway, we're outside the TK restaurant, which I'm pretty sure looks like the identical set from the first Fast and the Furious movie. I just like to put it out there because I love Fast and the Furious.
Yes, he does.
They're out for their Vietnamese food.
Which is this their first date?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why would you ever eat on a first date?
Well, they're so
Posing the question.
I don't know. I feel like that's an okay first date.
Go for a walk along the boardwalk.
Eat with a guy until I'm like seen him for at least a couple months.
Really?
Dude, what?
We used to go to Boston Pizza and get nachos and great big beers.
Yeah, that's true.
Brave.
But we weren't really dating. We were just boning.
Yeah. Well, then that's why I wouldn't eat in front of you then. Like, I just couldn't do it.
Is that rude that I said that? I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
Yeah, very rude. Anyway, we get a sit down dinner with Natalie and Rod, which I love that. Because he said he was like a computer programmer or something, but he switched into sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sales fits his personality. And I wrote down quotes, sales fits my personality, end quotes, says the guy with no personality.
like he doesn't have a personality.
They're the perfect salesman. They don't feel.
Oh my god.
It's true.
Oh, true. But you gotta at least you gotta be like, maybe he is a sociopath, but like
you gotta be motivated if there's like some base desire.
Yeah, sociopaths are good at mimicking
human emotions.
Yeah, and this guy doesn't. Like, this guy's a psychopath. Like, he's a fucking idiot.
True that.
He's also a part-time Eagles fan.
Oh, fuck that guy, too.
Yeah.
So
how is that? Like, it's like, how are you a 49ers fan, but a part-time Eagles fan?
I think Corey should be a part-time Eagles fan because it causes me a lot. We've had to have deep discussions about his behavior because of the Eagles and their failure to play football.
Yeah, fly, Eagles, fly. Anyway, we're number one in the power rankings right now. Suck it. Anyway.
Suck it.
I don't know what those words mean.
Everybody drink because I'm going to say I digress. Anyway.
He used the term high-tech sales career.
I really Instead of a low-tech sales career, like, he doesn't sell walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
I sell radios.
Also,
I have a shack with radios in it.
I love witnessing this like awkward date. Yeah. Because it was just fantastic. But I love the part where she implies that she has pictures on her phone
of Alex.
Who's Alex?
Who's Alex? So toxic masculinity on her. He got
super, super aggressive. Like literally.
You have a boyfriend.
Let me see. Reaches across the table.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a lover of Katie's.
This goes into the episode that will never be aired because I deleted it. The cat lady thing. Oh, yeah. Because she mentions that she has like it's a cat.
Yeah.
She has two. So she's not quite crazy cat lady.
I felt like she only
But she wants to be a crazy cat lady.
She wants
she wants to have, I think it was more than 10 or something like that, she said.
I get
that qualifies. Because we agreed that over 2 makes you a little...
Yeah.
Yeah, because 2 is the perfect number, and then when one dies, you get another one, and you just keep getting another one. So they
I just feel like there was a deleted scene that they're like, this guy's coming off too creepy, where he said, like, I don't know about Alex, but I'd love to see your other pussy.
Did you just put ad-lib that in?
I did.
Look on your face. You're so impressed with yourself right now.
God. And then she did, and then there was an awkward date goodbye moment.
Yes.
Where she did what I think every girl tries to do.
I'm not. I'm like, bring it.
I don't kiss on the first date.
I don't know. It wasn't even kiss because he's like,
He wanted
can I come up?
Yeah, he wanted to go right
He's
in.
like, nah, I don't. She's like,
her
I don't
apartment or her vagina?
I think it's generally implied that if you
come into the apartment, you get into the vagina.
Yeah.
It is kind of like it's
the front door to the apartment is the front door to the vagina.
Well, not always.
Not always, I know, but I mean,
for me it's always.
When he implies that, I think he's trying to imply that, like, hey, can we prolong this and get in your apartment? And my odds are good, and I'm a sociopath, and I should die. But I fucking hate this guy so much. Anyway,
yeah, no, I know.
He's a part-time Eagles fan. You should love him.
No, you got your Eagles till you die.
Do you know what?
Do you
know what? This is a Birdemic.
Oh!
Shit.
Anyway.
Okay, we get Natalie's mom next. I love how we're so deep into this. And
no, we don't get her.
Can I be really rude for a second?
We get 3 scenes before that, by the way.
What is some? Is my eyeshadow not blended?
No, not about you.
Okay.
So this is so rude. I can't even believe I'm going to say it, but all I could think of is Rod going to take off because he sees what his future is? She is.
With the mother. Okay, we're not even. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that.
How rude is that? It's super rude.
It is.
I've been on a tangent lately.
So first we get a bunch of just random scenes. First we get Rod and Natalie on a walk, just watching the birds. This is where it's a 10-second scene. This is where we get the first glimpse about how bad the CGI for the birds is going to be.
The dead bird on the beach.
No, it's not the dead bird yet. It's just one when they're at a park and they're just hovering above them.
Yeah. And they're just enjoying them.
And they were parrots. Like those are
there's some computer program. I think they're green and orange.
But they had they looked, whatever they were, they looked tropical.
Sure. Well, green birds are usually tropical.
Yeah.
But I mean,
whatever.
They were, they were shitty, is what they were.
Yeah.
So what they really were is shitty.
They were fantastic.
Oh, they were terrible.
Magical.
There's the physics. Physics don't apply. Yeah, Evan is doing the greatest impression of these actual.
He has a really stiff upper body.
Yeah, they were just
Seems like you're trying to drown 2 people with your hands.
I need 2 toddlers. Are we talking about the birds on the over the trees?
Yeah, they're just stationary.
Yeah.
I need to play something.
It was so bad
because I recorded my reaction to this.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, look at this fuckers.
Are you kidding me?
That was me reacting to the birds.
Yes.
I don't think I reacted. I kind of probably thought, I thought that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I drank too much.
Last night or tonight? Because I think that applies for both. Anyway, I digress. Everybody
digress.
Oh, I don't have any wine left.
Next scene, we cut to Toon's bar.
Toons
Bar. Yeah. Very quick scene where it's an obvious green screen because everything behind them is blurry.
Yep.
And they're kind of dancing, holding each other. And then, what's her name again? Natalie says something. Natalie. I hope you find the girl you're looking for, or something like that. Kind of
thing.
I'm it, bitch.
Yeah, because they did this thing where did they talk about the first date, what they look for in the other partner?
They did. This is a callback scene, which saying it's a callback scene gives this movie too much credit, but it's a callback scene.
So what do you mean by callback scene?
So it's something that pays off in a movie. You can plant seeds and it pays off later. It's a callback to that scene. They
reference it.
They reference an earlier scene. So
because I think on the first date they were like, "What do you look for in a guy? What do you look for in a
passion and money?" Skank.
It's often called Pavlov's gun, where if you have a gun in the first act, it better go off by the third act.
I heard that in a Gangster something or another, maybe one of Corey's rap videos.
Wow. This is a brand new Jen for the
this is
podcast.
Going to a racial direction.
One drink Jen. I'm just going to have one.
One drink? I was going to drink tea this afternoon. I was like, I'm just going to drink tea.
My friend
I love it.
had a glass of wine and then got lost in IKEA because she was kind of drunk.
You can buy booze at IKEA. It's crazy.
And you can get lost in IKEA.
Yeah. Okay. They have booze. They have, we digress again.
We digress.
Everywhere I drink.
I just drank.
This is the scene. Sorry, we didn't get that from the scene earlier. We said the scene where she said, "I'm not that type of girl." This is after they go to Toon's bar and are dancing. That he's like, "Can I come up?"
Right.
And he doesn't let her. I'm under the impression now that maybe this all happened in the same day because it's
the same shirt.
But that being said, they go to that Vietnamese restaurant and it seems dark out, but then it's light when they're looking at birds. And then they go to a bar.
No, I think it's different days.
I think it's the whole. I think it's the same day.
Did we make note of what she's wearing?
Yes. Okay, so that
is it anything red?
No red dress in there.
Fucking
no red
Jesus
dress.
Christ!
And her lingerie for sex scene is blue.
It was
which
blue.
is right up my alley because blue and green are right in my color scheme.
The first picture I ever took of my boobs in a bra was a blue bra.
I have never taken a picture of my boobs.
Do it tonight.
Can I do it tonight?
Yeah.
You can do what you want. Well, just don't upload that shit to the cloud because that's for anybody to see. That
the cloud, but it's.
But my phone just uploads to the cloud, but nothing.
That's what it
uploads
was Jennifer Lawrence's mistake.
Yeah.
What did she do?
I feel like
The internet got a hold of her boobies.
That's how they got a bunch of celebrities.
And Ken Bone really liked them.
Just move them. Yeah, you just gotta move them.
But everything goes to the cloud eventually.
No, you have to. No, but you cannot. You can set it separate. Anyway,
Corey, holy shit.
We digress, people. Everybody drink.
Can we please get? I have here written Natalie and her mom. When do we get to that scene?
That is the very next scene.
Natalie goes to visit her mom.
Okay, now we can talk about the scene. Natalie goes to visit her mom, which my first note was, Mom's haircut is unsettling.
I just wrote, the future is dim, bitch.
I don't get it.
Where she thinks that she's eventually going to look like her mom.
She's now like a Victoria's Secret model, and her mom was on
You know what? I'm going to go on.
I'm a jerk. I don't care.
You know what? Maybe her mom had a fatal
thyroid problem,
or maybe a back accident, which prevented her from exercising.
A accident?
A back accident?
Maybe she had a back accident.
I'm a jerk, and I admit it. You can say
only when she's drunk.
Can we harken back to the room?
Yeah, tear me apart, Lisa!
I'm upset with you.
But her and her mom, it was kind of a similar thing.
Yeah.
I find like this
She
mom
had the same haircut.
She's kind of that same older
I feel like this mom is a more wholesome mom, where the other one was always gossiping and
more
stuff.
wholesome. She's telling her to land a man for financial security. Wow, words, Sarah. Security. Financial security.
I love how proud she was that her daughter was going to be the Victoria's Secret cover model. Mm-hmm. Can't wait to see those photos.
I mean, in all fairness, we all want to be Victoria's Secret angels.
But
I'm just gonna say not all of us at this table. If that was implied.
No, I do. Okay, my mom is
I'm
my best
ashamed of my
friend.
body.
I want Wavy
and
hair.
I love her. My mom's name is Wavy. And
what?
I'm not kidding.
I just said I want wavy hair.
Yeah, and
you want Wavy's hair is what
you don't want Wavy's hair, but
she kind of looks like Kim Jong-il or Un, sorry,
and Trump. That combination picture mixed together is my mom, and she's fantastic.
Your mom was a lovely person.
She has a great personality.
I met her, and she was lovely.
Did you meet her?
Yeah, when you helped her move.
I forgot. Yeah, she's great.
I haven't met mom yet, and I need to.
She's literally the most awesomest person and kind and sweet and everything. However, okay, I lost a little bit of weight recently, and she loves me more.
Okay.
Wow, yeah.
Isn't that mothers for you though? My mom once got me a diet book saying how to lose 5 pounds fast, and then also got me a cake decorating kit, which was very mixed message.
Yes, she's like, eat my food. Why do you come to my house and not eat my food? And you're getting really chubby, and should you be wearing those pants?
Oh, mothers!
I
love
your
them.
mom. She's so brutally honest. It's amazing. Every time she comes,
she tries to hug Corey and pull his pants up.
Every time she hugs me, she pulls my pants up because she thinks they're too low. She just reaches by and pulls them up.
Excuse to that is he has an unusually high ass crack.
That makes me think of
the more you know.
Shave those sideburns.
That's it. Yeah, Mr. Bird.
I'm enjoying this right
now.
Well, you met my mom. She's adorable.
She's a lovely person. Like, she's the sweetest lady.
She really is just kind and funny. And so is my dad.
It's just, her name is Wavy, and it's funny to me.
All right. I'm not going to say it one more time, but we're going to get back into it.
I digress.
Can we get to the meat and potatoes of this, please?
This podcast is much like the movie. It takes a while to get into the meat and potatoes
Sarah,
of it.
You're gonna have
this podcast is so much better than the movie.
Because I think, and forgive me if I'm wrong, Corey, but she talks to her mom.
Yes.
And is this where we get her calling her friend and her friends in a swimsuit
having sex?
No, they're not having sex.
Just like
they do eventually.
Just
they're
like grinding.
She's just sitting on him, holding his hands,
and she's stroking her belly.
Okay, we'll get
Never
to that.
Are they just really high?
I don't know, but we'll just end. There's a visit with the mother.
Yeah,
I just want to point out when they leave, I forget what happens. Like, she tells her about the Victoria's Secret thing. The mother's last thing is, "That's my girl." She says to her, looks at her, gives her a thumbs up, and the thumbs up shot stays for like 15 seconds or so. It felt like an eternity.
Almost like it freezes after.
That's a common thread throughout the whole movie, though. There's a lot of scenes that linger.
Yeah.
They just linger.
They're just like, just hold that.
And she puts it down eventually, like, okay, that's the end. And they left it in. Like, she didn't even edit out the last. Like, it's so weird.
Reminds me of Kris Jenner when she was with Kim Kardashian on her Playboy shoot. And she was going, "You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great."
Yeah.
The mother was with the daughter in the Playboy.
Dude, watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. You'll
never put it on my television.
I can't. Don't worry.
Kris Kardashian is like the
trashy. She's like
the nadir. She is the lowest point of like show moms.
Yeah.
Like
Kris Jenner? I would love to meet her.
She is satanic.
I want her on my podcast.
She is the evil woman. She is a bad person.
Guest go.
That being said,
as are all Kardashians.
I think so too. But hey, if you want to be on InTalksicated review. It's not untrue. I'm not gonna lie.
The Wests are sketchy bunch.
Oh wow, that's a deep cut. Sketchy's a whole different thing.
Sketchy's worse than the worst people on earth.
Yes.
Jeez. I gotta figure out the English language.
Yes, I that soundbite is the greatest language. I need to figure out the English language.
That's the teaser. That's the teaser clip.
That's the hashtag for this.
Listen, I think our drunkenness is because this movie was just
fucking bad.
So bad.
No, this movie is great. I don't know.
So many notes.
I don't know what you guys have on this.
6 pages left of notes.
Like, this movie was great.
Can we just talk about the sexy?
Yeah, I want to.
We're here.
We're here forever.
I just want to first say, imaginepeace.com.
Yes. What? Yes. It's on her wall. It's on her wall. But she
and her t-shirt.
Twice.
So is it?
Twice
Does she have her own business? Or
no.
what?
No, it's got to be this guy's.
It's Yoko Ono.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's Yoko Ono's whole...
So because she's Asian, she's jumping on the Yoko Ono bandwagon?
She apparently, maybe Yoko Ono, sponsored her, or maybe...
Isn't Yoko Ono dead?
No, she's still alive.
No, she's...
John Lennon. Her husband.
I love that alternate reality you're thinking of.
Yeah, I wish. She gets shot and John Lennon.
Oh my God.
And the Beatles reform, and we get 30 more years of great music.
Just hanging out with the hip and Gordon, whatever that guy's name is that got
Downey.
shot, or hanging out in heaven, or that's not something I believe, by the way. But
I want to believe that they're all hanging out in heaven.
I don't believe that, but it's just not.
All right, leave your
theological debate at home.
Anyhow, my wine's almost gone
Gord
again.
Downey and Tom Petty to be hanging out.
Well, they're having a really good nap.
Okay.
Not really, Brian.
I got dark.
I brought down.
Anyway,
Corey, what's next
sex scene?
Okay,
we just need fun.
Okay. Jen asked me at the beginning of this episode, have I ever worn a bathing suit? No, I have not.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you wearing a bathing suit?
And they kiss for.
I have seen you wearing bathing suits.
And if I'm sitting on top of your, I hope erect penis, and I'm wearing a bikini, and you peck kiss me, Like
no. Yeah, no.
No. You get in there.
You get in there. And there were so many noises. So many noises.
And he's petting her stomach. Okay, first, don't pet my gut.
No, never.
He's almost like, it's almost like, I'm gonna put a baby in there.
But
a day without sex is a day wasted.
I really feel like these are two stoners.
I feel like
I truly feel that.
But the true story about this, I keep talking to a mic that's not even working. Like I keep angling myself towards it.
Get this one out of here.
Yeah, but I feel like it's obvious that it's like this guy's just like, I'm awkward with sex scenes because I'm not a real actor. Like, is she cool with me? Where can I touch? I can't touch her boobs because I'm weird about this. I'm gonna just touch her stomach.
But they're also holding hands.
Yeah, and doing a bunch of hands.
I don't know. During sex, I don't know what to do with my hands. It's weird. It's just weird.
It was...
All right.
And she was on the phone with him.
Oh, yeah, no, she called. So the girl called before that because they set up a double date. There's like... And then...
Which I love.
By pure happenstance... She's friends with the...
She's best friends with the fashion model, Natalie.
Yeah. And the guy's best friends with Rod. And they didn't even know it. And it's like, you live in California. I'm pretty sure this would never happen. Like, you would never not know this.
Did he say that to his girlfriend, though, while she was on top of him in a swimsuit? Like, she was like, oh, my buddy Rod.
Yeah. He Rod met her the other day. Yeah.
I'm like, what a great quinky dink.
Well, and like when, like, unnamed bro, like, mentions it to Rod, like, there's almost, like, no reaction. It's like,
it'll be fun.
I'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
much seriously? Like everything Rod does, there's no reaction whatsoever.
Did we already talk about
you
how
murder his
answering
parents
the phone,
in front of
like,
him?
right before
There's no reaction.
Do it is inappropriate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sarah, edit this out. But I've been watching a lot of pornos of girls who are on the phone while banging, and I find it kind of sexy. I don't know why.
I don't think I've ever.
I don't know why.
Don't edit this out, Sarah.
I don't
It's gold. It's this podcast
I don't know
gold.
what it is. It's just like the idea of like trying to constrain yourself.
I think really the only time I've ever watched porn is that time that you showed me because I asked you to show me, and I think you were really uncomfortable with the whole situation.
You were like,
much like
Corey,
this
what
right
is
now.
a porn?
Much like talking about it on a podcast, I have been uncomfortable with.
And then me and my girlfriend didn't know what porn was, so we decided to I think you gave us one of your VHS videos from junior high that you used to sell, and we ordered pizza beer and watched porn, and we were like, oh my god, we should not be eating pizza and watching this. It was disgusting.
You were a distributor?
I'm just gonna because
Corey,
we're
shut the fuck down.
That's so illegal.
I will throw out what I did. Well,
no, don't throw it out. That's coming on another episode.
Well, I can
just about you making about you. Oh, not in the vodka drink. Yeah. Oh my god, what?
Sorry.
Fuck yes, thank you.
We started before you.
No, you're gonna tell that story for another time.
Okay.
Let's just say Corey had a hobby that made him some money.
No, I should have kept going with it because I would have been a kept woman.
By illegal distribution of porn. The internet's basically ruined my empire. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get back for another to be continued.
We digress.
Yes. We digress. Okay. Anyway, so let's try to fast track to the birds.
No. There's something I do.
No. We're still gonna talk, but let's get through scenes.
So Ron is rich.
Okay. We get to the boardroom. This is the boardroom meeting. There's a merger. The company he worked for is bought out. His stock options are worth a lot of money. A convenient $1 billion.
Okay, I have something to say. I have something to fucking say about this.
That is the...
Yeah.
Like it went on so long.
It goes on forever, clapping, and then it stops, and then it starts up again.
Various shots of people being very happy.
Yeah.
We missed something though.
Minorities were in the back of the table.
Oh yeah, that's something you. Yeah.
An Asian and a black man were just sitting in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe we did miss it.
What were you saying?
No, it's in the future. It's all
okay. So basically, they make a bunch of money. Rod talks to his douchey friend about buying a new car. He's like, "No, my Mustang's a hybrid," and he's like, "Don't be oblivious, man. Yeah, Ferrari. Girls love it."
I got it. I got the sound clip.
Yeah,
I sure did.
Sensual works, but I didn't write the context, so I don't remember that phrase.
Well.
This was me reacting to this scene, which is the friend who we don't know the name of.
Yeah.
Talking to Rod,
His name is Todd.
Oh,
let's just.
He seems like a Todd. He's a fucking Todd.
I knew a nice Todd.
Well, with that new fashion model chick, you might want to impress her with a Ferrari. I don't think she's materialistic. When are you gonna grow up, man? Chicks love cars. If you want to get into their pants, you better have a nice, hot Ferrari. She's my hot Ferrari.
I wish that guy.
Besides, I love my
cracking up over it.
She's my hot Ferrari.
I want to run that guy over with a hot Ferrari. And like,
I love the idea of like
just park on top of him.
Like, and not the idea. Girls are not objects, but saying a girl is your hot Ferrari is treating a girl like a fucking object.
No,
like you're comparing her to an actual object. Mm-hmm. Like it's so.
I feel okay. In Rod's defense,
sociopathic, psychopathic.
Here we go, Jen, say it.
I feel that Rod is saying because most people would never be able to afford a Ferrari, so she's a priceless object that he is happy to be able to have access to.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
How's my self-esteem?
No.
Non-existent.
It might go hand in hand with this question. Do you think a guy's hotter if he has a very nice car?
No.
Does he, if like a guy drives up in like a Ferrari and he's like,
I can honestly, well, no.
I married Corey, so
yeah. You should have saw the car that I had.
A purple Chevette and a blue.
I had a red Sunfire.
There was
Sunfire.
Yeah.
Basic of cars.
Like whatever the red Sunfire was, though, there was a blue one involved at some point.
That was an Elantra.
Excuse me.
Elantra. And I never had Chevette. I would love to have a Chevette.
Stripper name.
But I had a purple Cavalier.
Elantra?
You had a purple Cavalier, which you actually never drove. We bought it at that sketchy house that had a bunch of kittens.
Yeah.
And
I never drove it, yes.
You never drove it, and it was just ridiculous.
I digress.
So, no, cars aren't what makes me moist.
This is a very quick scene that we can get through. We get the double date between the two couples. They go see An Inconvenient Truth. If it's not hammering home the fact that this is a movie about global warming.
Yeah.
Is that what The Inconvenient Truth is about?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
Should I watch that?
Al Gore is very concerned about the environment.
Is he the guy with the scar?
No, he's the guy who was vice president
of
States.
When they ended the double date, the guy, as part of the other couple, says, "I have to go home and do work." Sensual
That's
work.
what I wrote. I was like, but I couldn't remember the context. I was like, that's sensual work. I should tell it to my guests when this podcast is over. I need to go do sensual work, you guys. Just kidding. Corey's not into that right now because I'm drunk and being weird.
It doesn't mean
I'm dying right now.
That doesn't mean you can't not do sensual work.
He's like, shut up, Jennifer. I hate your guts.
Anyway, we digress. We have a solar panel business meeting where he's peddling in the wares of his new company to a guy who invests for a convenient $10 million. Anyway, I see your hand up.
My hand is up because he does a business pitch, which I have to fucking witness every week of my life and my work. And I gotta say, it wasn't that bad of a pitch.
Yeah.
I didn't think he had some good
They
points.
asked all the right questions. They asked, like, who are your competitors and, like, all this. But there is no way someone who's that early along in their business idea that you would get $10 million.
Yes.
Maybe $500,000 because those things are expensive.
Yeah, that's true. But the investors were like, $10 million? Yeah, okay.
But also, these meetings are very much for information. The guy on the spot is like, I'll give you $10 million. Like, no. They go back, they discuss it with investors or whatever, the board, and be like,
check it with like their...
There's probably multiple pitches that you would have to do to get that. I think at this point I messaged you, Corey, and I was like, is this movie just everything works out?
No, I had that exact same thought. Because it's like, everything in the first half of the movie is like, miniature problems that pay. Everybody is getting what they want in life.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Anyway,
Isn't that how life goes? Don't we get everything handed to us?
Oh my god, I'm so suicidal. No.
You know, this is apparently like what James Nguyen's what life has been.
I take Prozac daily. I digress.
We digress.
Does it matter when I say
yeah.
Nobody cares. I'm going to drink anyway.
Aren't they on the beach now? Him and Natalie?
No, not yet. Okay. We have Pumpkin Fest.
Oh no, it was something in Pumpkin Fest.
Oh really? I only wrote down Pumpkin Fest.
It was like
Were they trying to be politically correct for us people who don't celebrate Thanksgiving and whatnot?
So, Pumpkin Fest. They go on a date to Pumpkin Fest. I'm pretty sure this is a real thing that they just guerrilla filmed, like them walking around this. It's really not too much to add here. There's one point where Rod's looking at a painting that is... It's the sun and the moon combined.
And they're like kissing?
Yeah. And he says, oh, I get it. Lovers on the moon. What? It is not lovers on the moon. Yeah. It is a moon and the sun kissing. Yeah. You fucking
idiot.
I mean, for the sake of time at this point, because it's drug on. There's not much to say about the Pumpkin Fest. I just want to say, on one of the floats, there's a pumpkin Dracula. Wow. I don't know why, but it's a Dracula.
I feel like this festival is supposed to show that their relationship is deepening.
Oh, yes.
That they're becoming more than just like, hey, you're a supermodel and you're like a rich guy. You're actually enjoying each other's company.
Okay, so their relationship is deepening. Have they made out yet? No.
Not yet, but it's coming.
Yeah. But
like me.
I feel like, wow. Wow! What? I love that you guys cheers, but Sarah had a plastic glass, so it made zero sound. Zero sound. Oh my god! Clink. Like you should have made the sound effect. Anyway, I digress. Everybody drink.
Do we have a title?
No, I digress.
You know the hashtag's going to be I digress.
100%.
So, this is where we get them at the beach. After they leave Pumpkin Fest, they go to the beach.
Yes, and I wrote, oh great, now the sound is competing with the ocean.
Yes. I did pick up one line that said, they're kind of talking about, like, I think he asked her what she looks for in a guy, and she says, I need a guy who has a lot of stock options. And then he says, at least you're honest. Like, I was like, that's a pretty funny joke, but, like, they play it off like, oh no, she's serious. Yeah. I want a guy that can pay those bills, you know, like that's
what every girl wants, yo.
And he was
Jen is so drunk.
we need to wrap this up.
We haven't even got to the birds yet.
Seriously?
All right, let's go. Let's move it forward. So this is where they get the dead bird.
Yes, and even the dead bird is CGI'd.
Yes, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Like it's not even just a puppet or whatever, and like he aggressively like tells it like not to like touch it.
Yeah.
Don't touch my bird.
Yeah. Anyway, moving past this scene to motors, we gotta get to the birds.
Can we talk about their sex scene for a second? Because
no. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Oh,
we'll get to it. I know what you're gonna say because I picked it up.
Rolling.
You're Rick Sanchez. Everything you hate, you are now. So they meet. This is where they go meet the mom. There's not much to say here. I just want to bring up a line that is literally like, he says she's like, the mom's like, oh, I heard you're going to take early retirement. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to take early retirement. I'm going to take a few months off. That's not early retirement.
That's not early retirement.
I need a vacation.
Also, any dude, how old do we pin this guy as?
Like 34?
Yeah. Any asshole that says he's going for early retirement at this age, go fuck yourself.
Oh,
you know what?
Seriously.
That's what he said. Ben.
Oh, but he made bank.
He made bank. Ben, our neighbor.
Okay.
He was like, I'm taking early retirement, but I might basically he was going to take some time off because he
that's
sold
not
insurance. So I'm like, no, you're not done work. You're just done work for now.
But this is different where early retirement, they're defining it as like they can comfortably not work and not have to seek work.
True enough,
until they get not bored.
Or not rich anymore.
That's never happened to me.
Like, not
You've never been made $1 million sale.
I have never.
And then your company wasn't sold for $1 billion.
No, it has not been.
$1 billion.
Anyway.
Can we do this for 3 minutes?
No. Okay, so we're about to get into it. I feel like we're motoring through, but we need to get in the scene. They go to a bar.
Yeah.
And the bartender, we'll get to it. I know you're waiting for it. Just pause it for 2 seconds. We get to their waiter. I wrote down looks like a cross between Jack Black and Nick Nolte. Like he looks really weird. Like that's exactly what he looks like.
Yes.
So
this waiter significantly better than the waiter from the first scene.
Yes.
So Nat said she's really not a gold digger at this point, like, because they kind of like hammer home that maybe like she's looking for like a guy who's secure, and she's basically saying like, I'm just kind of joking. I'm not a gold digger. Whatever. That's fine. This is where they start to dance, and we get the song.
Oh, let's sing.
Hanging out with my family.
Hanging out.
No. This is how it goes.
It.
I know it. It's like hanging out with my family, and then that's the only part I know. But like,
and it's like having a party, ladies doing the makeup, guys trying to hook up. That's all I wrote.
But I just like to say too that like the song that's playing has a backing band and multiple people singing the chorus. There's one dude on stage, just one guy, no band,
just by himself.
One guy. No band, no backup singers. It is hilarious. Natalie, I wrote down, Natalie is giving no fucks in the scene because she starts doing the robot. She just starts fucking, and
she's like pushing her hips out a little bit. She's like,
but he is doing the stereotypical guy dancing,
which I don't think's acting.
Oh yeah, that's the only way a guy can dance.
Why do you guys do this? What is this?
I don't know.
What is this?
Why do you say don't put us in a box, man?
I'm putting you in a box.
Don't you put me in a Britney box?
I don't care what color combination you are.
Wow. I'm half black, ma'am.
And you still do this.
I do not do that.
And sometimes you do this.
Yeah,
this is great.
Are you doing the Carlton right now?
This is great. This is great podcasting. You do this, and then you do this.
He's not gyrating. He's moving his hands in different motions.
Slide to the left.
Slide to the right.
Okay, guys, seriously.
All right.
Okay.
Let's move back.
So after hanging out with my family, which is the high point of this movie, we cut to a hotel where Natalie comes out of the bathroom in a bikini, and it cuts to him, and he's still wearing like a black singlet.
Yeah, he's wearing like a sports vest. If you watch Toast of London,
Did I miss that whole section, or is it the?
Oh, maybe it's lingerie. So no, it's a bra and panties.
Bra and panties. Yes. There is a difference, honey bun.
It's kind of, if you think about it, it's her work uniform. She's a Victoria's Secret cover model.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
To people who have to wear work uniforms every day.
You know, she's a.
Oh wow, you guys are bonding now over work uniforms.
Because
she's a Victoria's Secret.
We're held back by the man. I don't know who the man is.
Oh, damn the man! Save the Empire.
So we're
nice Empire Records. I get it. Okay, this is what I want to bring up. So after she comes out in her lingerie and him in his black singlet,
work uniform.
What's
a black singlet?
Hang on.
It's a sports vest.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You were even jumping too far ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Because she came out and she said, "What do you think?"
Yeah,
and he
is
said,
foreplay like a fashion show?
You're
are you
divine.
supposed to find the right outfit before you start getting it on?
The one time I showed up awkwardly in lingerie for Corey, and he did not understand the concept of what was happening.
And I took her to a basketball game. Yes, we were over this earlier.
It went poorly.
All right. I don't think dudes
Nobody had sex that night.
Lingerie as much as we want them to.
I don't think it's a thing. When I have friends,
We digress. Anyway. Women digress. Stop digress. We're going to digress.
I think they say that they care. I don't think they care.
Well, they just want to take it off. That's the thing.
I don't think they don't. I don't think
we got to get to it.
Okay,
We're
so
they bang.
So
they do. I just want to bring this up really quick in this scene.
It doesn't imply that they have sex.
They have sex.
Because she's still wearing like the same underwear, like.
Yes. Put it back on. Man.
No, but he is still wearing the same pants.
Yeah.
And he's still wearing the same pants and tank top. She, like, when they wake up after the banging, she is underneath the covers. He is on top of the blankets.
Yes.
I'm married. I don't know how pretend sex happens. I know how our sex happens.
I, for one, have a lot to know about pretend sex. That's what I have.
He was sleeping on top of the blankets in his clothes.
When I get laid, I'm too tired to redress. I don't shower. I
no man after having sex will get up and put his pants and like tank top back on.
I don't do that.
None I've experienced that because they put their clothes on and then they leave.
Well, if they're leaving,
sad day.
That was a really sad day.
If they're leaving, that's a different story because you want them out of your bed because you're like, gross, get out. Thank you for your services. And move on.
Get out, my husband. Go sleep on the couch.
For me and you, it's like, yay, let's eat Chinese food. Can we do that naked? Is that weird? Yes. Okay.
But
I put the underwear back on.
But like,
I'll sleep topless.
Topsy undies though, like where he's on top of the blanket, she's underneath.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's like
I just want to bring up this one fact before we get past this scene. When they're like embraced in bed and kissing, the camera slowly pans down their bodies and finally gets to their feet, and she has the dirtiest feet. They're pitch black on the bottom.
I didn't notice that.
It's the one thing I noticed.
This is what happens when you get married.
I did not notice the feet thing.
Her feet are filthy. Like she's been running around in mud.
I'm like, do you want to do me, Corey? And he's like, wash your fucking feet.
So after that implied sex scene, we get stock footage. Like, and I was like, you know how this is stock footage? It's because it's filmed better than anything else in the movie. Like, it's like they literally bought it.
Yeah, they paid for this shit. They're like, we can't do any better than this.
They're in the hotel room, and after the stock footage, we just get highlights of birds flying and attacking stuff, and we get sounds of them dive bombing. Like some
and they explode.
What makes them explode?
Are they like attached to dynamite? Are they terrorists?
What are these little bombs that explode all over the floor?
And let's be honest, it's fucking clip art.
Oh yeah,
like 100%.
The special effects in this, I think I could teach myself better in a day.
1994 called, and they want their clip art back.
What I could do with Photoshop, I could.
Yeah. If you even think of 1994, though, just go 1 year after that, and you have Jurassic Park, which the special effects were tenfold better than this. This is like 80. Like, I feel like you could do better special effects on a Commodore 64. Like,
this was really, really just especially bad.
So bad.
Yeah,
and like just the birds just like hovering there in the air, like just like screeching, constantly. Like it was that movie. Like that was just.
It was another level of that.
It was just super bad.
And like immediately after they, discover oh, these fucked up birds, they meet this other couple.
Yes.
They barricade themselves.
Ramsey and unnamed or female?
I think Tanya or something like that. I wrote it down eventually, but his name is definitely Ramsey.
His name is definitely Ramsey.
So yeah, they meet up with another couple who instantly go on the run.
I love how they make their way to the van using coat hangers.
That's weapons. Right. Ramsey, and they're like, Ramsey distributes coat hangers to everybody. Like,
where were the machine guns?
They were in the car.
Which no one questions. Yeah, you just have a rifle. Like, yeah, this is America, so
multiple.
That's okay. And at no point do they ever run out of bullets, reload, or.
I know. We have another clip. Let's go.
I have this scene from when they're trying to get to the van with the other couple.
Yeah, and look at them, look at them
swatting computer images,
and they're
terrible,
shaking their keys.
I just
want to say, the bird tripping drove my cat crazy.
Oh, it was aggressively high. It was.
They're like dolphins.
It was terrible. So yeah, they fight off the birds. They get to a minivan. I did write down
looks
real audio. That minivan needs an oil change.
Yeah.
You could hear it. There's dead people on the side of the road, and they're like, "Let's pull over." There's dead people on the side of the road, and they find a little girl and a little boy, and now they have machine guns. I will say, they find a little girl. Rod finds a little girl under a van. he like wrenches, like pulls on her to get her out of that. So much so that like I feel like it was cut super early because she's like, you could see like it's fucking rocks, man. Stop pulling me across rocks. I'm a little girl.
Maybe the most real scene in the entire.
No. I will tell you the most real scene in the entire movie, but we're getting to it.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
It's at the end of the movie.
I also want to note the Osbournes.
Oh, so many Osbournes.
Dead tourists
are
credited at the end of the movie as the dead tourists.
Yeah, it's like dead tourists.
It's a family.
Yeah, it's one fire family.
Get together and be dead people.
There was like 2 people who were not the Osbournes. But
I do that for money.
There was like 6 dead Osbournes.
That's hilarious.
I will do anything for money.
There's a boy the boy's in a trunk.
Asterix. We've had 2 technical difficulties on this podcast, and we are trudging through like troopers.
We are. And we have time restraints that we have blown past. And we've been dealing with a different Jen on this podcast, which is much welcome. It's much welcome.
Enjoying.
Dealing with?
Enjoying.
Wrong set of words. Let's get back into the movie. So they find the boy in the trunk of the car. I just want to point out, too, that
many things.
This is guerrilla filming, as in still normal traffic. Like, they're filming this on the side of the road. Traffic
you see cars going
totally
by.
Normal. They go to a convenience store because they have to pick up food, apparently. And the convenience store is...
Fully loaded,
but yet they try to give the impression that it's been ransacked. Like, somebody left the last case of, like, water. Like, it's really weird.
There's a lot of wine.
Was that also where, like, they buy the gas for...
No, that's coming up a little bit later. But this is the one where the attendant has his eyes plucked out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, shit. This got real.
I mean, there's not much to say. They go to this... They load up on food because they need to eat. And then, next scene, they go for a picnic in the park.
Just casually.
There's birds attacking people outside.
It's not a problem.
Yeah. And then basically Rod and Natalie go for a little like stroll together. They're like, hey, there's an old guy on a bridge.
Yes.
Let's go talk to him.
Yeah. And literally what they said.
Yeah.
He was one of the best actors of this movie.
Oh my god. He was maybe one of the best actors saying nonsensical science talk.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's for sure.
So they go over to talk to him. First, he's like, get away from me. He's like, we just want to talk. He's like, okay, I'll go back to your picnic and talk to you. Like, that's basically this fucking character.
It was not very hard to convince him at all.
No. He's like, all right, I'll talk.
And then basically he brings up, he's like, yeah, global warming is the cause of bird flu, West Nile, and SARS.
Yeah.
Just global warming. Yeah. That's it. Like, yeah.
Nothing else. Which is full circle, because it goes back to the news reports with global warming.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Polar bears are starving.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, birds attacking.
I love the part too where
he says something about like krill or like disappearing from the oceans, and therefore birds like don't have like their natural food sources or something. Like birds don't eat krill.
Yeah, it's obviously like the director writing this being like, oh, I know stuff. This is something, this is not real. But I do love the part where he's just like, he says something, I don't remember, but then he's like, I have something for the birds if they attack me or blah, blah, blah. And he pulls out a gun.
Yeah.
But he pulls it up upside down.
Yeah,
and with 2 fingers he just pulls it out. And then Natalie says, wow, you know a lot about birds. Like, it's so fucking weird. Yeah. It's hilarious. And then really the doctor takes off. They decide to drive down the road. Yeah, so they're going farther down the road. They pull over, and in the front seat there's Ramsey and
Tanya, I want to say.
Well, no, it's Ramsey and Rod. But then Rod's like, hey, I wrote down Becky. I don't know her name.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rod asks Ramsey, like, where's Becky, his girlfriend? And Ramsey says she's taking a shit.
Yes! That's exactly what he said.
Oh my god, this girl
is
so bad.
All I wrote is Becky dies because she has to poop.
She dies in the most glorious way.
Oh yeah, she's about to take a shit.
I can only hope.
They cut to first we get the soldier's backstory. He was in Iraq. Like Ramsey was in Iraq. That's why he has all these guns. Whatever, doesn't really matter.
So when you're Iraq, you get to take your work home with you?
No, but he's just like, I got tired of killing people, so I came back home. It's really just a very ham-fisted like plot point.
Yeah.
Anyway, cuts to the two girls, Becky and Natalie in the bush, like in like very low grass, and Becky goes to take a shit like 5 feet away from like Natalie, like, and not even like behind a tree or anything.
No,
like,
in a field type thing.
And as she crouches down, a bird just comes and like attacks her.
Okay.
Taking a shit.
So they kill people by like slitting their throat.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
What?
They kill.
That's what
They dive bomb. They cut throats and they spit acid.
That
which
eats
we'll
your
get
skin.
to. Yeah.
And, like,
Is it spit or shit acid?
Do they spit acid? I don't remember that.
That's at the end.
It's
the bus people.
The bus people. They shoot like a green goo on them and they all melt. This is how Ramsey dies. And we'll get it's coming up, but
glorious death.
I mean, we have to get through it, but it doesn't really matter. But so
I may have stopped paying attention to that point.
Oh, I don't blame you. So Becky gets killed. Natalie runs back and's like, Becky's dead, and then Ramsey's like sprints towards her body, like, oh my god, she's dead, and then sprints back to the van. Like, it's really weird.
His reaction, like,
he tried.
I hope you would drive towards my body if I died.
He really tried. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
He was like, maybe she's still alive.
I feel like you would like run just to double.
I should
do that.
Yeah.
The next scene is they're driving back in the van and they come to a bus that's being attacked, quotation marks, by birds. And Rod says something like, we should just keep going. And then Ramsey's like, no, they killed my wife or killed my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wait. No, they killed Becky. Sorry.
Yeah.
His girlfriend. So I'm just like, those weren't the exact birds that killed you. Like, it's just all birds at this point. Like, it's weird, but he's like, I have to save these people because they killed Becky.
It's his duty.
Him and Rod go on the bus and literally drag the people out of the bus.
They did not want to get off that bus.
They were like, no, leave us.
Yeah.
Leave us.
Which, in hindsight, is like, they were safer on the bus.
They all died because they dragged them off the bus.
I said Rod, but Rod, now that I think about it, never gets out. It's all Ramsey dragging people off the bus. Like, literally physically pulling them off the bus. He gets them all out. They get outside, and the bird either pukes or shits green acid on them, and they die.
Yep. That's where I was like, okay, so that people can die multiple ways from these birds. Like either claws or this, whatever this is, if they're spraying at them.
One of the funniest things too is that, like, after Ramsey dies from an acid attack, Rod says, I'm gonna save him. And then Natalie says, he's already dead. Where Rod replies, you're right.
You're right.
You're right.
Fair enough. Touche.
I thought I could cure death, but you're right.
Yeah. This is where they drive to a convenience store and have to pay $100 a gallon for gas and put gas in their car.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, in this apocalypse, there's still a guy working at a convenience store, like, behind the cash, like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay $100.
But because he's obviously charging whatever the fuck he wants for, like, whatever resources he has.
Shit.
Yeah, he's just a regular
and like the guy, like, Rod pulls out, like, his fucking, like debit card or whatever.
Credit card or whatever, where it's like, oh, it's an apocalypse, but apparently credit cards still work.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is supposed to be like, people are paying $100 a gallon and, like, it's the apocalypse, but the store is empty. Like, it's literally just them and this, like, anyway, so they buy the gas for like $100. They take off. They see a man on the side of the road with a cowboy hat pulling away. Mm-hmm. And they tell him, like, and then they're just, I think Natalie's like, we should help him. And then he's like, they talk about gas, and he's like,
stick him up.
Yeah, basically he's like,
I knew the second he pulled over.
Oh, I mean, this van of Rod, Natalie, and the kid wouldn't survive in the Walking Dead universe for 10 seconds.
That's kind of what they were trying to go for, right?
A little bit. Very poorly.
They were trying to go for that feeling of like, we're on the run from the birds.
Yeah. But this guy's like, I love the line where he's like, I'm out of gas. And they're like, oh yeah, sorry, like, the gas station down the road selling it $100 a gallon, and the guy's response is like, I only have $50.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, anyway, he pulls a gun and steals their gas, but like one canister of gas, and he slowly backs
he tries
up.
to.
Well, yeah, he has it. He has the gun. He's slowly backing up, and then a bird comes out of nowhere and just cuts his throat, and then flies off. Like, it's not even like anything.
Most infuriating part of this movie. They left the fucking thing of gas.
Yes.
And drove away.
It was 3 feet away. After this guy dies, he drops the gas in front of Rod, and then I think that guy's like, get back in the car, and
we gotta go. Yeah,
it's like, it's there. Like, you just have to bend over and pick it up.
And a gun.
Yeah, the gun was there.
No.
A gun and a thing of gas.
Like, the guns don't matter because they never run out of bullets.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they have a gun. Yeah,
they do at some point though.
Because they never refill their ammo. They never change clips.
Yeah,
they never
it's just endless bullets.
For most of the movie, there's bang 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 bang, like with really loud gun sounds.
So after the scene, they take off. They go for another picnic in the woods and run into the tree hugger. That was
my favorite part of the movie.
That's his credited name in the credits.
Yes,
is
tree hugger,
which is the creepiest looking guy with the
wearing
biggest
a
wig with a ponytail.
Yeah.
And he brings up the fact that he's been living among the trees in a treehouse, and the kids are like, "Can we go to your tree?
Can we go play in the treehouse?" No, you'll get raped.
Yeah. But he literally is like, yes, totally, and then not even the other two, Natalie and Rod, are like, no, we gotta go. Like, it's
also,
just
this is where birds live, people.
Yeah,
but they don't live there because they're only going after people at the gas stations. And
that's what he brought up. He's like, don't you find it funny that the birds are only attacking people at gas stations and in their cars? Like, it's just
very specific.
Yeah, and then I was like, this guy worries more about trees than humans. Like, he's like, I live among these trees. I protect them.
Yeah.
It's one thing.
He's worried about the Beatles.
There was something about...
He talked about Beatles for a long time.
Yeah. He did.
And then the whole thing ends with oh shit, there's a mountain lion.
Yeah,
better run away and climb my tree to my tree house, and you guys better run away.
One of the funniest things I'd point out in this scene is that Rod's behind the kids, and I don't really remember the kids' names, but for this, I'm going to call them John and Sally because I don't really remember. But at one point, Rod points out the kids' names. He's holding a handgun, and he points them at the kids, pointing hey, this is John and this is Sally. And he does it with the gun in his hand.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny. It's the greatest thing ever.
Practice gun safety, everyone.
That's it. Yeah. States love their guns. And then they run out of the woods after they hear the mountain lion. But one of the funniest things is that the woods are on fire and very bad special effects.
That was clip art fire too.
It was again clip art, movie maker.
Where did this fire start?
Yeah, really. I guess it's the birds that dive bomb, because they're dive bombing and fire comes out of them when they do, but who fucking knows? But apparently maybe this is the fire that had 0%
oh yeah, extinguishing?
Yeah, extinguishing,
Yeah.
But I just want to point out, before the scene ends, the special effect fires cut out before the scene ends. It's just, it's so fucking weird. Then they're going to a lighthouse where they find the dead bodies of Rod's friend and Natalie's friend.
Oh yeah, who's wearing her Imagine Peace t-shirt.
Imagine Peace.
It's just they're in a car with their throats
They're
slit.
holding hands.
Yes, they were.
But also, they're dead in a car with their throat slit. I was like, during a Birdemic, maybe roll up your windows and you'd still be alive. Like, literally, the birds.
Maybe they're just trying to save the environment by not turn on their AC.
That's it. I don't know who would be holding hands while a bird is attacking you.
Then we get to the scene, so they find those dead bodies. They keep going. They run out of gas, and the kids are hungry.
Yeah, why'd they run out of gas? Because he left the fucking gas behind. Idiot.
This brings me to my favorite scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So Rod goes fishing?
Well, Rod, goes into the trunk of the van they've been riding in this whole fucking time. He's like, oh, here's a fishing rod. Here's a cooking stove. Yeah. To cook the fish on. Like, you didn't notice that before?
You got it, this card, yeah.
And then he's like, I'm gonna go catch a fish. You go get some seaweed.
Seaweed doesn't work that way.
But no one eats fucking seaweed. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
you can
sushi and like cool people like Toronto or whatever.
This is a backstory. I once dated a girl whose parents basically sold seaweed as food. It was really weird. Doesn't matter.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a weird backstory. And they were very hippie-ish, but
yeah, of course they were.
But they had a great house. But they used to get seaweed and sell. But like, it's not as easy as like find seaweed on the beach, put it in a pot, spoon the seaweed out, and it's food. That's not how it works, which they do in this movie. And by the way, Rod is fishing in the ocean in the waves. Yeah. Like, he's just casting.
What the fuck?
You can't do that.
You can fish in the ocean, but you don't fish in the breaks of like the shallow end of an ocean. Like,
and I just loved like the best moment. The most realist acting in this movie was these two kids.
Oh my
God. No, I don't want to eat seaweed. I want a Happy Meal.
Oh yeah, driving home.
Spirit animals.
Like the realest moment of acting. I feel like that was actually the kids being like, no,
yeah,
no,
want a Happy Meal.
That being said, I feel like also it's kind of like, wow, you guys rescued the worst kids in the world. I was like, I should have left you in a trunk and at the bottom of that car, underground, because complaining about fucking Happy Meals. Anyway, I guess they go back to the van eventually.
Oh yeah, this is the ending scene, isn't it? Or near the end.
Yeah, I guess so.
They eat on the beach. The birds come in, and they're like, run.
Yeah, the birds attack. They go back to the van. Rod's holding a tire iron and an empty gas canister because they're about to be like taken, and then all of a sudden the birds just take off.
No reason,
and they watch them on the beach
fly away.
Sunset.
They just decide not to attack anymore. End of bird.
That is the fucking. We got through
like that's,
it, guys.
We did it. We did it.
That's not an ending.
No. But thank God it's this ending.
Maybe they're just trying to draw us in to like watch Birdemic 2 because like we need to find the rest of the story.
I can't wait for a scene.
Hang on, we missed a key point. A different set of birds flew in and they talked to the other birds and they all went off together. So what the fuck?
So maybe like there should have been like subtitles.
Is this some Raptor Jurassic Park shit?
Maybe. Anyway, that's Birdemic. This has been hard to get through. For anybody listening, this is a bunch of edits.
If you've made through this episode and you're not a friend of ours, please email intoxicatedpodcast@gmail.com. We will send you a present.
I will send you a picture of my hand to high five because, anyway.
Well, I have an idea that would make this fun.
Yeah, please tell us if we're doing a good job or not.
Recap, like if this movie was to be remade and made better, who would play the characters? And I have at least a couple ideas. So,
well, if we're going strictly off, this is tough. If you think if we're trying to pair this with the actors they were, I'm trying to think of somebody who would look good as a quote unquote fashion model. And I guess I'm going to throw his performance out because he's just a mute, but I'm like a tech guy, I guess. That
guy? Oh, Scott Speedman.
Oh, that's good. That's not it's not everybody's tongue, but yeah.
I have an idea for the girl, for Natalie.
No, who you got?
Julie Bowen. from Modern Family.
Yeah, she's older though.
Because I think they could remake this movie and make it comedic, kind of.
She's great. She's great.
She
reminded me of her. I feel like Julie Bowen would play an older version of that actress.
Yeah.
Like,
no. That being said, I think Julie Bowen is one of the most attractive women in Hollywood.
Fuck yes.
And the girl in this movie is super attractive. So,
but let's redo it where it's not quite maybe a young couple, but maybe an older couple. Who would she be with? Who would be beside her?
Ben Affleck.
What about like a...
See, that's why I said Scott Speedman, because he's a poor man's Ben Affleck.
That's true.
What about like a Tobey Maguire?
Fuck Tobey Maguire. I've been on this podcast. Fuck Tobey Maguire. No, he's too nerdy.
That hippie vegan bullshit.
Yeah, whatever. Do your yoga in the fucking center of the earth where there's lava.
Bradley Cooper?
I take Cooper.
He's too hot to be attached to this project.
Yeah. Ryan
He's
Gosling.
a salesman.
I take Ryan Gosling in this role. I take the baby goose
Who would
Gosling.
play the dead tourists?
Oh my god.
The Osborne family.
No one else can do it.
Like,
no one else can do it.
Ozzy Osbourne, Kelly Osbourne, the shitty kid, Jack.
Yeah.
Sharon.
And what about the other couple, like the friend couple? The Imagine.
Oh, like the horny couple?
Oh, yeah.
I would say... Fuck, I don't even know. Like, that's such a weird one.
Brunette.
Chris Brown, Rihanna.
That's terrible.
Not at all.
Tommy Wiseau and Lisa.
Yes!
Oh, Tommy Wiseau in this role would be amazing. It's like the whole...
What about, I can picture, ironically, Alana from Broad City being the brunette.
Oh, I know. That's actually...
And who would be the guy?
Dave Franco.
Yes!
Yeah.
Someone like that. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I think we're kind of at the end of our rope here.
We're at the end of the rope. Listen, guys, this is what it is.
This was...
You drink alcohol, you have to talk about a bad movie.
And also, you drink alcohol and you have technical difficulties. Like,
and you have
had some pretty high ones.
We've had some, yeah.
Like, we had 2 computers basically, like, we don't want to record anymore, so...
Maybe we need to, like, not record it at this table, like...
I know.
It's a matter of location, like, on the leftovers, like, there's something about this location that is...
It's just terrible.
What if we record over there on the couch?
That said, all of that said, Evan, you have the next pick for the movie.
Let's go with that.
What is your pick?
I was thinking about this long and hard. And, honestly, the only way I can respond to a movie like Birdemic...
Oh, God.
It's with a movie called Evil Bong.
Oh, you talked about this before, so
I've never heard of this.
I used to work in electronics department, and I would occasionally peruse the discount movie bin. And in this discount movie bin, one day when I was just sort of looking through it, I discovered this pack of horror movies. I was intrigued. 1 disc, 8 movies, $2.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this can't be right. But no, this is it. And so I was looking at the back of the movies, and one of the movies on this 8-pack of $2 movies, less than $2 a movie, I guess, like what, 25 cents a movie, was a movie with the title Evil Bong. Me being the pothead that I was like, this will be fantastic. I watched this movie, and I can honestly say it is the worst thing.
Is it worse than this movie?
Maybe not. But, like,
it does have Tommy Chung. I just looked it up on my iPad. It has Tommy Chung. It looks pretty bad.
It's
well, guys, so much.
It won't be.
Let's do it, guys.
It won't be hard to find. No. There has been a sequel to this movie made.
Wow.
Yeah, it was something special, and
damn,
I think it's something that the whole family can enjoy.
Well,
all right,
that's the next movie, guys.
Yeah,
and that's about it. We're gonna end this night because it needs to be ended. It is what it is.